everyone.
Hi, welcome to Winning Wednesdays.
Yeah. How y'all doing today? How's everyone feeling?
I can't even see the comments. Is there comments?
I think one second.
Let me pull it up on my phone.
Hey, hi Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi Dawn. If I'm looking over here, my iPad is over here. And I'm looking at the comments, y'all. Hi Khalid. Hi Kennedy. Hi Asada. How you guys doing?
Hi, Dawn.
My bad.
We gotta go ahead and get Kiara on here. I'm getting ready to call her now.
Okay.
How's everyone doing? How y'all doing in the comments?
I be forgetting it's a little laggy.
Yeah, it is. Linda, how are you doing? Let me start
I'm
with you.
doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Let me call Kiara.
That's good.
Hey Kiara. Let me get...
Hey.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
That's London. Can you hear London?
No,
No.
Oh man.
I can only hear you.
Okay. It's okay. We got it. We got it. Okay. All right, y'all. We can go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna just tell y'all the topic today is how to cope with anxiety. I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Y'all see? Y'all can let me know if y'all can see.
I don't see it.
London, you can't see it?
No.
No.
And I don't see it on the live either.
But I can hear you now.
Let me try again.
Okay. We can see it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, this is my presentation. We're talking about how to cope with anxiety. I wanted to talk about this because y'all know the school year is coming up and all that stress from, social anxiety, new classmates, teachers, all that stuff. I get. Thank y'all for joining me today. I know this for me specifically can be a little bit triggering because it brings up bad memories. So if y'all need to take a break, step away, take a breather, that's cool. I'm here for y'all. Yeah. So I was just gonna start with tell us an experience you had with your anxiety. Kiara London, you wanna go first?
I can go first. Okay, so I know me personally, my
London,
anxiety has been around for like my entire life. But in certain situations, it can get worse, like social situations, or like if I have to have a presentation for school or something. But over the years, I've started to learn how to cope with it and certain things that I can do to make it better.
Yeah. Kiara, go ahead.
One time I had anxiety because I was retaking my permit. I had to do it like 3 times. The first 2 times, I studied and everything. But once I got there, some of was past, some of them was right, so I just kept pushing answers fast. And then the first 2 times, I failed because I was too overwhelmed, and I was just like, all right. The last time that I had to do it, I had to take a deep breath. I talked to my friends. I was like, all right, Sean, we'll try it again. I was like, all right, just calm down, breathe in and out, take it. The last time, the third time I took it, I passed.
Yeah, I got you. And basically mine's similar. I had really bad I had really bad social anxiety ever since COVID-19, all the quarantine and the isolation, because I think I got used to being by myself.
Yeah.
So that type of thing just, yeah. I think that's what I'm trying to get better at it, because I've really noticed recently, like I know I had bad anxiety, but now it's a lot worse because I start to get nervous in situations to the point where I can cry, you know? So that it's gotten worse. So that's why I want to talk about this, because I'm trying to get better right now. I want to help y'all try to get better if y'all dealing with the same thing. Yeah, let me read some comments. So Dawn said, when I first started wearing crop tops, I had a lot of social anxiety, as a lot of people in our community aren't open to different ways of express your gender. So it was definitely a battle with myself. Yeah. Khalid said, I always had anxiety when it came to thinking of what I should do with myself in the future. Me too, because that's stressful. I understand that. Mars said, I have anxiety attacks in public places, malls, arcades, and in certain areas of Baltimore. Yeah, that's understandable. Don said they also have OCD, so it does take a lot more for them to not partake in certain rituals, like quadruple checking if the door is locked. Oh, okay, rereading over work that I've read over 10 times. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Triple X said the worst thing is that it affects everyone differently, so it can be hard to comfort everyone. I understand what you mean. So, yeah, let's go. Let me go to the next slide. Thank y'all for sharing with me. So this is just a quick little definition. So anxiety, by definition, is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. In my experience, that only defines a little bit of how hard it is to deal with anxiety. I feel like this kind of, when I got this definition, I felt very like, that doesn't really describe it, because I felt like it described it in terms of like, oh, I have a show coming up. But anxiety can be, it can be a lot more than that, than just like, oh, I have something coming up. I'm a little scared. Yeah. Oh, we already talked about this show. So I just added this. You deserve to see from beyond your room. So we want to take little baby steps because the world is so pretty out here. And I don't think that you should be, staying in your room because you're nervous and you're scared and you have anxiety. We got to push past that, get help from our friends and help each other. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. So this
I
is
have a
tip.
question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So, do you have any advice for people that want to get help from their friends, but their friends don't really experience anxiety?
Oh my gosh. I actually, on my little resource page, I put an article about that. So y'all can read the article. I'll make sure I tell y'all what link it is at the end. But me personally, I would just say to just try to understand. Sit there and listen to them explain it so you can have a good understanding of it. That's really where I think it starts. So if you want to help a friend, just make sure you're listening. It's gonna sound a little bit crazy at times, like you're crying just because you're around people. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's that's how it is. Like, let me tell you, when I went to my first Heart Smiles event, like I was at the sushi event, I was on the verge of tears, y'all. Yeah. Oh, Dawn, you want to hop on? Yeah. Give me 1 second. But I was in the verge of tears in that front row. Not gonna lie, like I was like, okay, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And I had to calm myself down. Even though like I know Heart Smiles and I know that it's a very safe space, still I was very scared. So it can really happen with anything. The first tip I have for y'all is to remind yourself you are loved. Like I always try to tell myself, because me personally, when I'm anxious, I feel like, okay, I'm bothering people. Or I shouldn't have come. Like this is not for me. I should have stayed home. So I always like to tell myself your energy is valuable and people deserve to see your light. Because yeah, it's true. Like you should never feel like you don't belong here or you're ruining the event. No. And even so, if people are making you feel that way, then you don't belong there. And that's a good thing in itself because you're learning that that's not a space for you. You don't ever want to be in a place that's not for you. So yeah, just always remind yourself of that. It's important to feel that way about yourself, that you are important and that you're valued in a space. Let me go ahead and send on this link so we can get them
I
links.
already did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he said
London.
give him a few minutes. My
Yeah.
bad, give him a few minutes.
Okay. Tip number 2, to bring your support system. Being with people who know about your anxiety and know how to help you is key when you're learning. They can be there for support when you're trying to face your fears and a gentle push when needed. You cannot do this alone. I cannot stress that enough. Like, you cannot do this alone. It's a team effort. To me, I feel like you can only get so far by yourself. So I always feel like you should, have some people with. Oh, all right now. But you should always have some people with you feel safe with, that you're comfortable with, and that you know are going to help you get better. Let me read some comments. What y'all talking about? Not London got them Twitter fingers. Triple A, for real, my first time downtown was crowded and I couldn't wait to go home. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Me too. Me too. Mars said to be vulnerable. Yes. Dawn said get him a few minutes. Okay, Dawn, come on, because it's been a few minutes.
Like it's okay to feel.
Go ahead, Kiara.
I was saying like it's okay to feel, like to have feelings. Like okay, maybe you got or maybe something happened, but don't let that stop you from feeling because it's gonna make you cold hard. And I don't think you
Yeah.
guys would want that. Like it's okay to be vulnerable. It's
Mhm.
okay to come to people. Just make sure that the people that you come to are really with you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you. All right. So this is tip number 3. This is something I also do is to practice relaxation techniques. So some examples I have are some music, some deep breathing, quick meditation. Those are on YouTube, y'all. Use your resources. And rapid writing, which is my personal favorite. Like, I always this was introduced to me this summer actually at another one of my summer programs. And you just write out every feeling you're having. Like, don't skip a single thing. It helps you get everything out. Even if you just randomly start thinking about tacos and burritos and Chipotle, like, that's cool. Just write it out. Just be like, I want the Chipotle bowl, and write out everything you want in it. Get everything out of your system. It's helpful for things like that. London, what's something you do, like this type of thing that you do when you get anxious?
So I know during therapy, my therapist would have me write down affirmations, but first, before that, I would have to figure out what the thoughts I was having during my anxiety attacks, whatever it was, so I can then address them with those affirmations before I was like having a presentation or something like that, or anything where I'm extremely anxious. I would just write on affirmations and repeat them to myself before I went and did whatever it was I had to do.
Yeah.
And I know I also did rapid writing in school for some of our assignments, but also during therapy, and that does actually really help.
It helps me too. Like, I feel like on some occasion it helps me get distracted from it and like take a break. But it also helps me on others to get to the root of why I'm feeling so much anxiety anyway. So it's really helpful on all scales of things. So I don't deep breathing helps me a little. I feel like I can't focus on it. Like, I don't know what it is. It
Deep breathing doesn't really help me when I'm on a
yeah.
version of attack. Then I just feel like I really can't breathe now.
Yeah, exactly. But I know it helps some people. I know that for sure. So I wanted to include it in the chart. So yeah.
When I
Go
get
ahead, Karen.
anxious, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm on the FaceTime. It
It's
doesn't
okay.
go on my
We
phone,
got
y'all.
you.
But when I'm anxious, like Rhonda said, I listen to music, and I write. I write what I'm feeling, how I can make myself feel better. Or I just write poems.
Yeah, definitely the music for me because I put them headphones in and close my eyes and I'll be looking a little crazy, just a little bit, bobbing my head in public. But yeah, that's what I do the most probably. So tip number 4 is to don't throw yourself into things. Anxiety is something that slowly increases and it's going to slowly decrease. So you have to take time, take little baby steps, Start with like a place you're familiar with, maybe somewhere you haven't been in a while, but it's still familiar to you, so it doesn't give you all the anxiety. Please do not go to a new place and just be like, yeah, like don't do that. Everything is a process, so you got to treat it like a process. Start with something small, and then maybe do something a little bit harder. You might not be able to. You might have to take a step back too, and that's okay. That's why we have our support system to be there to catch us when we fall, and that's why that's important. So yeah, things do not happen overnight, and you also might end up having a bad experience and worsening your social anxiety if you jump into things, which is just gonna take us all the way back, and that's not what we want to do. Yeah. So tip number 5 is to don't beat yourself up. It's no one's fault, and it may get in the way of activities and things like that, but that's okay. That's who you are. You're not going to be able to act like you're okay for so long until something you end up having a bad panic attack, or you end up getting some reaction that we don't want. So you can't be so mad at yourself. That is who you are. You have to accept that. That's okay. Like, everyone is different. Some people are really good in some situations with social things, and some people aren't. It's all on the spectrum of people. None of us are the same. So if you have anxiety, so do I. We like, yeah, you're good. You're good. No reason to beat yourself up. That's a part of you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kiara.
I'm talking off the dome, saying it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, definitely. And tip number 6 is to tell a trusted adult. So, and before I even get into this, I want to say that I understand that is not, an option for everyone. Sometimes you don't have a trusted adult. I always hate when teachers would come to me and be like, yeah, well, you can tell your parents, like, I'm sure that they'll, be nice and okay, but that's not always the case. And as much as people want to believe that everyone has that stability in their life, and that everyone has those types of people, they don't. So you can't always assume that. So, but I do understand that sometimes we have those people, and we need a little push to trust them and add them to our support system. So that's what this is also for. So you ain't got to tell me. I already know it's scary. It's hard to do, because
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I didn't want you to go ahead to the next slide. But I know that for me, if I can go to someone else that's dealing with similar things to me, they can also point me to someone that is a trusted adult for them. And that actually does help with those kind of situations. Even if it's not like your parent or a certain teacher or something, you can always find someone else that does know someone that you can talk to. Hi, Todd.
Hey, cousins, give me 1 second to get the audio.
Okay, take your time. But yeah, I have trusted adults. Would you say, Don?
I was just saying I can hear it now. My bad. Hey, cousin.
Don?
Don't mind how I look a little down bad today, but it's okay. It's okay. Like tomorrow, the island won't get real bad.
You tell me twice. I had to put on the headband. No.
I'm looking down
That's
there
so
too.
weird.
You look, you always say her too. Like,
I was like, should I put on a do-rag or not? I was like, maybe they want to see my blonde hair, but I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, you wanted to see the
You
hair.
look good. I definitely noticed that you changed the color. I'm feeling it. I'm
Yeah,
feeling it.
Like it.
this is like my second time. The last time I changed it was like in June. I was like, all right, let me just change it back for JRTC. But I was like, JRTC will live. They'll live.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
Okay, but how you feeling today, Dawn? How's it going?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was not gonna lie, I was like sleep an hour ago, but it's okay. We here now. I was like, oh yeah, 5:30. Let me get up. Roman about to get on Wednesday. Yeah, and then I came on. Coach, I was like, his tech better than Cam, but hey, I guess.
Yeah. All right, y'all. But like I was saying, I'm trying to get better with trusting my parents. So yeah, we working on it. We gonna get there. Yeah, but also
same here.
Go ahead. You good?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that take your time with that. It's not easy to do, so you need to take your time with something like that.
One day at a time.
Yeah, Kiara said take it one day at a time, y'all. Yeah.
Bye, Cam. Not rescheduled or not. Bye, but yeah, like Kiara said, take it one day at a time. Because like I know my therapist be like, yeah, make sure you're telling your family and stuff as well as your friends. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm not ready for that yet. I'll tell my friends and my family a little bit, but not too much, not too much though.
That's me too. I will always go to my friends before I go to my parents. It's gonna stay that way for a little while, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Yeah. This one of the last tips. What'd you say, Kiara?
No, I was saying I do the same thing. Like certain things I go to my friends first, then I go to my family.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So tip number 7 is to do some research because anxiety is not simply put sometimes, and you may need to look into it to be able to specify what about it is specific to you. There's different types of anxiety. You may have one and not the other. You may have both and they clashing with each other. So sometimes a lot of people say it helps to understand before you can dissect it and try to figure out what I need to do, what small steps I need to take to get better with it. So yeah, just do some research. Y'all gonna know I got the resources at the end and stuff, so we can do that too. Y'all can look into some of the things I put on there first, and then broaden your search from that. But always make sure you do some research. Also, for the reason that you may need extra reinforcements like medication or therapy or like a support group type thing. You're not gonna know how severe it is sometimes until you have sort of like a comparison. I don't want to say that though because I don't think you should compare it, but you get what I mean. Yeah. All right. So yeah, last remarks. We're gonna read some comments. You guys can tell me how y'all feeling.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what Roman was saying. I know like sometimes it's like hard to like figure out what you have. Like I know me, when was I diagnosed with it? OCD. I was diagnosed with OCD like this January. And like I started like having a feeling that I had OCD when I was watching the show Grey's Anatomy. You know, it was like a whole catastrophe with what's her name? I left her down. Dr. Bailey, and it was like she was going through a lot. And I'm like, maybe I got this because like I kind of experienced the same things. I did a little research. I talked to my mom about it, talked to my therapist, and it was like, oh yeah, I do got this. So it's like sometimes you do have to do a little soul searching, a little talking about it to like actually come to the real problem.
Yeah.
One thing that I do want to touch on is that trying to figure out how someone else is going to react to something that you say is also a part of anxiety. So, like, before you try to figure out what the future is or how someone is going to react, try to actually step out of your comfort zone and tell them that before jumping to conclusions because they could be understanding about things.
Yeah.
But you won't never know if you don't ever tell them.
Yeah. I do that too. I'll sit in my mind and think of a million things that's probably really not even gonna happen. Like, yeah. I would be making up some stuff. Like my head is really a movie, y'all, sometimes. I would make up the craziest things. Like, yeah,
A
you'll be fine.
movie is wild.
No. But no, like I am, y'all.
Me too.
Yeah.
I be thinking of some wild stuff. I'm an overthinker as well.
Yeah, I don't know. But I would be making up the craziest thing that has nothing to do with anything. A supporting environment. A supporting environment to me, I would just say that those are people that push you when you need to be pushed, but also can understand when a push is not able to be taken. You've reached a limit and we'll get there one day, but today is not that day. So you have people who are a little bit too much. Like some people won't push you at all and they'll just let you stay where you are. And then some people will push too much. So it's kind of about finding those balance with people, finding the right people who understand that balance themselves. Yeah. I'm working on that right now, y'all. I'm trying to get my support system together. Do y'all have an answer for that?
Linda, you want to go first?
No, but
I was going to be like crickets.
something that kind of correlates in regards to the close friends thing earlier in the PowerPoint was it was about feeling as though you're getting in the way of the activities with your close friends and things like that. But if they are your close friends, they won't take it personally because they already know how your anxiety is and they'll already understand what your limits are. So they won't be upset with you if you let them know that this is something that you can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Roman and London said. I think a supporting environment is an environment that allows you to take as much time as you need. Cause I know like some people be going through it. Like a lot of my friends be like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Don't apologize." Like Miss Joni be like, "I'm so sorry for the money problem." I'm like, "No, like Big Heart Smiles is just too big for Cash App. Like, don't apologize, Miss Joni." And it's like sometimes you, yo,
No,
sometimes
but
you that
for real,
time. Like Miss Joni, I'm like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Miss Joni, stop apologizing, please, please." But it's like sometimes you do need that time, and yeah.
why Khalid said a couple times I be feeling like a magician when things I think come to fruition. All right, now be for
No,
real.
because that be me. It be that manifestation. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah,
like, all right, let me just stop thinking it before it happened.
so for real. Antoine said a supporting environment to me looks like being able to make mistakes, love being like being spread to each other and being pushed to grow. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
A
Wait, go ahead.
supporting
Y'all were
group.
saying something?
Yeah, a supporting group is basically what all y'all said. And it's people who already know, like y'all said, how you are. Like I had called my bro, and he like sometimes when I talk, he knows exactly what I mean. And I'm like, okay. And sometimes he knows exactly how I feel, and also he sometimes he corrects me when he knows that I go too far. So like when you have people that understand you and know what you about to say next and know how you think and everything, also stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, I agree with what Kiara said and what Antoine said. When it comes to mistakes, like you need to have that environment. It's like, okay, you made a mistake, but like it's not the end of things. Like I know I didn't make some mistakes in my lifetime. Definitely some ones at the end of the school year, but we don't talk about that. Like we here now, and like I know like Ron was saying earlier, a lot of people don't have access to a trusting adult. But one of my trusting adults would be my instructor of JRCC. He's kind of like a father figure to me, and like he doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He tells you what you need to hear, and like that's good because like yo, some of the friends be telling y'all what y'all want to hear. I'm like, all right, no, because you're not gonna do right here. Like you need to hear this. So yeah.
That was me, y'all. I was one of the friends that told you what you wanted to hear, but I promise I'm not like that with y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know, y'all. I think I just I get nervous of people's reactions. So
Me too, definitely.
we're not no more. We're not doing that no more. That don't help
I'm
nobody.
working on it though. I'm working on it though. We
Yeah,
feel like
we
this. Like yeah.
we got it. All right, y'all. Nobody else. Let me get to these comments. Anything else? Taking breaks are important. Just don't get stuck in them. Yep. It makes it harder to get back up. I get that too.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna do a guided meditation, and when I tell you, I better not be the only one on this screen. I better not. I better see. Dog.
Oh
don't
yeah,
do
that's my
that.
cue, y'all. See y'all in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. We need to everybody to be taking these deep breaths in, have their eyes closed, and y'all do it too. Like I'm so serious. If I find out y'all not doing it, we gonna have an issue. Okay, love y'all.
Y'all, please don't fall asleep at me smoke. Don't fall asleep.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me share my other screen.
I can't close my eyes for too long. I might go to sleep.
Kiara, she can't close her for too long.
Fire. It gave this mate 2.0.
All right, man. It's a quick one. We're gonna do it real quick. Now they got this Verizon commercial on. That's not what this is about right now. No, we're not advertising for Verizon. Be so for real. Okay,
Wait, yo, this is a soft topic, but the funniest thing be like, oh yeah, this is my song, and then that whole time it's an ad. Bye, let's get into meditation.
You definitely do. Yeah. Okay, Khalid, as you should. Okay. Let me share my screen. Y'all can let me know if y'all can hear it.
Meditation to help you reduce anxiety. First, I'd like to invite you to gently.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, y'all.
your eyes and take a nice, slow, deep breath, deeper than you've taken all day so far. And as you exhale, concentrate on the sound of my voice, allowing it to ground you into the present moment, giving yourself permission right now to focus on you, making yourself your first priority. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to be doing. For the next several minutes, your well-being is your focus. Continue to take slow, deep breaths, allowing each inhale to be a bit deeper than the one before it. Feeling your lungs expand out as you inhale, holding it for a beat, and contracting back in as you exhale. And as you continue to breathe this way, feel the journey of the breath through your body. And notice any places where you may be holding stress or anxiety in your body. Unfurrow your brow, unclench your jaw, let your shoulders drop down from your ears. Open your palms. And now allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm and pattern, but keep your focus on it and allow it to be your anchor during this meditation. If you get distracted by a thought or a sound, simply acknowledge that it occurred and then gently let it go and return your attention to your breath. When we're stressed or anxious about something, it's often because we don't feel we have control over it. And this sense of being out of control can make us feel less safe and our emotions heighten. An understandable reaction to this is that we try to control the situation even further. We also tend to judge the situation and even our feelings about it. Those judgments and the stories we tell ourselves about it often become bigger than the situation itself, which adds on even more stress, and the cycle repeats. So right now, I invite you to call to mind a situation that you feel is causing you anxiety. What judgments are you holding about it? As you name the judgment, acknowledge its presence. Now give the judgment permission to drop away. You don't need it anymore. Let it go. And what's the story you've been telling yourself about the situation? As you recognize it, acknowledge its presence. And give that story permission to drop away as well. You may notice Your mind pushing you even harder to hold on to those judgments or those stories. Recognize and acknowledge those thoughts too. And now allow them to drop away as well. Continue to use your breath to anchor yourself back in the present moment if you get distracted. Now let's look at that situation again, without the judgment or the story you were telling yourself. How does it feel different? Has the level of anxiety, stress changed? Instead, I invite you to look at the situation with total curiosity. Now, as we move into the silent part of the meditation, give yourself permission to open up to clarity. And direction on what the very next step for you to take is. Not the next 5 or 10 steps. Not all the steps to the end. Just the very next step. And continue breathing with your eyes closed. Your attention starts to focus back on my voice. Our judgments of and stories we tell ourselves about a situation tend to exaggerate feelings of unease, anxiety, and stress. They can skew what's actually going on out of proportion. They can block us from seeing the truth of the situation and allowing in the ease and comfort we so desire. So the next time you're feeling anxious, remember to breathe, and then notice and acknowledge the judgments about it and the story behind it. Then let them drop away and notice how the anxiousness eases. Focus on the truth of the situation in this moment. You have everything you need right now. Now let's take 3 more deep breaths together. Take a deep inhale in, holding that breath for a beat, and exhale it out. And an even deeper breath than the one before, feeling it weave in and out of your muscles and cells. And exhale it out. Last time, your deepest breath yet, sending that oxygen all the way through your entire body. And when it reaches the top of your head, and you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks for joining me for this meditation and for giving yourself this gift. Have a great of your day.
All right, y'all. How did that make y'all feel?
Kind of felt like I was floating around in some pretty colors and stuff.
More pretty colors.
Like,
Yeah, because that'd be real sometimes.
kind of in the clouds and stuff, just letting go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
same. It made me feel pretty good. But go ahead, Roman.
I was just gonna say if I was feeling any anxiety about this, like I feel better now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it made me feel like 10 times better. Like I know sometimes we just need to take a stop and like just think and like relax, cause like this like related me back to the school year. I know like last year I had a teacher. She left, like disappeared out of nowhere. But one thing she did before she did leave, we would like meditate in the morning, like just like meditating with the lights off, and it was nice because like it prepared me for the day. Cause sometimes my mom be like, all right, what I'm gonna do in the next class, what I'm gonna do for lunch. It's like it's a lot, so you need like that grounding and that push to stay in the moment.
Khalid said that was good, and his words were also helpful. Yeah. And I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like I was dozing in and out just a little bit, but like when I was in, the things that he said were helpful to me. Like I remember he said, like I think he said, think of a situation, and then think of like the judgment, and imagine the judgment falling down. Yeah, I was really in the clouds in that moment, and the judgment was really falling down. Like it was in my head falling down for real. So yeah. So if it was anything y'all didn't like about it, what did you not like about it? What would you would have changed about it? Anything like that? Okay, then I picked a good video then, as I should. Yeah, yeah, as I should. Yeah. Okay, y'all. I don't think the rest of my slides is on here, something like that. But I'm gonna get them on my phone and we gonna get the rest. So I wanted to add a little portion about how you can help other people as well. So sometimes you may not. I know everyone in here doesn't struggle with anxiety, but they might know someone that does and might want to help, and it's pretty tricky to understand at times. So let me get that up on my phone so we can get into that. But in the meantime, like, is there any situations that y'all have been in with other people who have anxiety, and like what you wish you could have done better, or like what you think that you helped them with and how you helped?
Oh yeah, I definitely had like a lot of situations. Like when you like first told me the topic, like and when you first started like, oh yeah, Cam, get ready for the chaos movies, not gonna lie. But it brought me back to this moment that I carried last year in school. It was like this like really traumatizing moment, and like literally everyone was on the verge of a panic attack, and I'm like, oh my god. And then like there was this person, they like fell out. So then I went with them to the guidance counselor office, and we're just talking with them, sitting with them, and like giving them time to like process things. And I'm like, it was nice to see them like feel relieved afterwards.
Yeah. Especially with me, I think I need to. Well, I think that other people's anxiety also like triggers mine a little bit. So I think I just need to sometimes, not all the time, take that and put it aside so I can be there for my friends like they would be doing for me. So I always try to, like, when I don't know if y'all have the same experience, but like a lot of people that I know have this like hero complex, and someone will be like really sad, and everyone will just be crowded around this person trying to help get them better. And like, yeah, that's really sweet and all, but I feel like that is a lot of times people do not like that, especially in like a moment of panic or crisis. Like I remember this specific situation. I had a show a few years ago, and she had the first part. One of my friends, she had the first monologue on stage, and she was the first person in the whole show doing the introduction. So it hit her in that moment, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm gonna be the first one they see." And all I remember was every single child was crowded around that girl, giving her hugs and in her face while she was crying. And I was just like, "Hey, let's take a step back because, you know, this person is panicking." And y'all are increasing the panic by panicking and trying to help her, if that makes sense. So I always try to, yeah, like the overcrowding definitely makes it worse sometimes. So you just gotta learn to take a step back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it definitely making it Go ahead. No, go ahead, go
You
London.
can go ahead.
No, London, go ahead for real.
Okay, so I've had a couple of situations, but I have realized that like sometimes if I know someone is getting overwhelmed with how many people are trying to help, I'll try to like isolate them from everyone else so that we can have an actual one-on-one and figure out what's going on. Because when people try to crowd around and figure it all out at once, it doesn't really help you get any type of clarity to what's going on. And I feel like I do pretty good with it sometimes. Well, most of the time, because I have experience with it, so I know how to like help people calm down and things like that, but I also know when to get someone else like an adult or something to help when I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that too. That's also important. Okay, y'all.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Roman?
you're good. You good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I agree. I remember this one time JTC had like a drill competition. It was actually last year, and my best friend was like on the bridge of a panic attack, and like everyone was just in her face. I'm like, all right, maybe this is not my moment. Like I see people already helping her. I'm gonna just take a step away because like low key I was panicking myself. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta drill in front of all these people, and like surprisingly it went good, but it was like it was a lot. And it was like when I saw everybody in her face, I'm like, they don't look like it's helping. Let me just back away. Like let this one person take care of her, and we good. So it actually helped her in it. Like she was like she ate down, not gonna lie, like sprained feet, pinky and everything. Like the pinky was hanging off the bone, but it's okay because we here now. We here.
All right. Go ahead, Kiara.
Well, things that I do to help people and stuff. I try to just tell them positive things. First, I tell them take a deep breath. Then I tell them that I love them. And I tell them that you're somebody, that you got this. Everything will be okay. Yeah, you feeling like this right now, but it's all gonna be over soon. Like, I just try to tell them different things so they can just ease it off their mind, or even if that doesn't work, or if it might work a little bit, I might try to make them laugh, or try to get their mind not to be so worried about it, because that would just make them even worse.
Yeah. One thing I can say about that is even with when I'm feeling anxious, it helps me to widen my mind a little bit and think about this is one day of 1 year of my whole life. Like sometimes you gotta make it bigger, think big picture, and think, okay, this is pretty big right now, but in a few years it's gonna be really small. So I can't give it so much energy because in a few years it's not even on. I'm gonna be remembering that like, wow, that was really crazy. Like, but it's over now, and I'm good. All right, y'all. Anybody else? Anybody in the comments?
One thing I did want to say. Wait, go ahead. You can talk about it.
Go. It's okay. You good.
No, Roman, go ahead. Antoine was
I'm
waiting for a
just gonna
while.
read a comment. All right. Antoine said, thankfully, I never had to calm anyone down who has anxiety. I say thankfully because I don't know how I would help do it, but I wouldn't turn anyone away who needs my help or who just needs a shoulder to cry on. Yeah. Cam said, one thing I've been trying to tell myself, posted it, is that this discomfort won't. That's it. Cam said, I do be trying to save everybody, but now I ask people what they actually need and not trying to press things on them. Yes. That's something I do now too, because I think we all just assume that everybody may need people in their face and just like, oh yeah, I need to talk. But sometimes we need to take a break first, because sometimes we don't have everything gathered to even have a conversation yet. So we need to take space away. I do that too. Like I'm like, what can I do to help you right now? Do you need space? Like when I get anxious, I need tight hugs. I don't know what it is, but the squeezing, it calms me down. Some people it's the opposite, like they need a lot of space around them. Yeah, everybody's a different, so make sure you ask that. Okay. So this is the first one I have on here, is to let them know you're here for them. We were just saying that, sometimes, even though it may be obvious that like to us, like this person knows I care about them, they may need to hear it. So just be like, yeah, I love you. I'm here for you. Like Yara said, she tells them she loves them and that it's not going to last and they're going to do good. Always give them some stuff like that, some positive, reinforcement, things like that. Listen to how they want to be supported. We just touched on that too, ask people what they need. Don't always just assume that things are going to be how things in your head or how they need it. It may not be the same how it is in your head, how it is with them. And then here are some things. It's a nice little list, y'all. What to say to someone with anxiety? So this is for Antoine. Now you got some stuff you can say. So How can I help you? I've noticed you've been anxious recently and I'm worried about you. No matter what, I'll always be here for you. Do you want to go for a walk and talk about it? Something along the lines, something similar, anything, any of those things. It's at the end too if y'all need to see it. So yeah. And what not to say to someone with anxiety is to try not to think about it, or I get anxious sometimes too. Maybe you're just an anxious person or you've nothing to be anxious about, especially that last. Because like we said, anxiety it's very, I don't even want to say strange, but it's uncommon. And to someone who doesn't have it, it's weird to think about to someone who doesn't experience it themselves. So make sure you're not being invalidating towards someone and their feelings, because how would you feel if you were feeling that way right now and someone told you nothing to be anxious about? Well, and I'm still feeling anxious, What did that do? Yeah. What did that do? Because I'm still anxious. Sorry.
Yeah, like I'm now anxious to 83 and like the car sent me and everything, but hey.
Yeah. It says keep the lines of communication open. When it comes to helping someone with anxiety, it's important to keep communication with them. So that just means to, like I said, talk to them, ask them what they need, same type of thing. Yeah. Look after your own self, because you cannot be giving away pieces of energy that you don't have. So before you want to, have your hero complex and try and help someone, you're not going to be doing it good if you're giving away something from an empty bucket. That's not going to do nothing for you. It's not going to do nothing. It's going to make you worse, and it's not going to make them any better. Y'all have got to get both of us. We got to get rid of that hero complex. Like, we can't help people if we're not in the space to do so. You cannot give people something from an empty bucket because it's empty. It's empty. Yeah. Some few tips. Were you ready to say something, Don?
No, I just meant to like say like sometimes you gotta be like not, it's not selfish necessarily, but like sometimes you gotta like take that step back and be like, all right, I need help myself. Like that one song, whoa, it's just me, myself, and I. That song right there. Like sometimes you do gotta take that step back, not gonna lie. And one thing I did want to say is that sometimes people don't know how to communicate what they want. Because like I know, for instance, I was talking at a student leader panel the other day, and like the person I was sitting next to, like they were nervous to talk. I'm like, yeah, it was lit. I was like, I got you, cousin. I got you. Like, they started studying a little bit, like, laughing to me. I'm like, I got you. Like, my cousin was trying to say, yeah. So it's like sometimes you do gotta like step in for them and be like, let them know like that even though you don't know them, that you're there for them.
Yeah. Some more don'ts of helping someone is to not constantly talk about their anxiety. That makes me feel like exposed almost. And yes, I said being vulnerable is important, but being forced into that vulnerability is definitely not helpful at all. So don't do that. Let them, if a person with anxiety wants to bring it up and have a conversation, then let them, I don't think it's your place. Also, like, again, don't enable their anxieties. If they're feeling a certain way, don't tell them they shouldn't. Don't tell them they have no reason to. One, is rude, and two, it's not going to help anything. We're not going to get anywhere. Don't put pressure on them, and don't get frustrated are two very important things. I feel like getting frustrated is right along with like making sure you're in a place to be helpful to another person. If you feel like you're not a patient person, then don't put yourself in a position to have patience with someone. Yeah, if that makes sense. And don't put pressure on them as well. We're not gonna get nowhere with that. I said gentle push. I didn't say shove. That's not what I said. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Shove
no,
is fire.
I'm sorry. Sometimes that's how people need to hear things for them to understand. And oh yeah, don't expect immediate change as well. I feel like I used to be one of those people who are like, I'm gonna go fix this person. And when they don't be fixed, I'd be like, dang, like, what's going on? It's gonna take longer than a day, friend. It's not gonna happen that quickly. It's something that you're gonna have to consistently be there for. You're gonna have to over and over again be there for that person. You're not just gonna, be with them one day and you're like, yeah, like here's a hug, you're good now. No, I'm not. Nobody told you that. But yeah. Always make sure that you be consistent. It's not gonna, and for you to make things worse for them, I feel as well. If you're sitting there and you're having this conversation and you're already expecting them to be better, they're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, this person, it really is me. Like this person already thinks I should be better. I'm not better. It's my fault. It's really just gonna reinforce those feelings. So you have to again be patient. Be patient. Khalid said, I definitely was way too bent on everything, getting an immediate fix. I was not fix it, feel it. Yeah.
Sometimes I be having to look away from the chat during the lives because it's like they be wild sometimes. Like fix it, feel it is crazy.
Okay, but no, we not fixing feelings. We just not. Straight like that. All right. Oh, go ahead, Kiara. My bad. Yeah.
Like Boomer said, we gonna fix the village. We gonna be builder. I'm helping you guys build each other up. Yeah.
We need to turn the chat off because this is wild.
No, we gotta put that on the t-shirt. She said, "We not fix it, we not fix it, feel it. We Bob the Builder." Yes, we gonna have to get that on the t-shirt. No, and she right for real. We building ourselves up. Yeah, we needed that today. Thank you. That was from the Bible. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's true. There's always someone that's willing to help. Yeah, that as well. Yeah. Does anybody else have any last remarks, anything like that? I don't think we can top Kiara though, because we definitely not fixing feelings. We Bob the Builder. Yeah, I don't think we got nothing on Kiara, but y'all can go ahead. I'm gonna get the crickets. Not gonna lie, I really am.
Nah, because I had a whole lot to say, but then I forgot what I was gonna say. So I'm trying to get it back.
That's real. That's real. I got you. I'm gonna talk like if you figure it out, just yell like Don, I got it. I got you. One thing I did want to say is like sometimes I want to highlight something Roman said. Sometimes you do have to ask what they need, like not too much. Like sometimes like I gotta get that little woosah moment and be like, all right, it's time to be serious. But like I know sometimes like when I'm going through something, my friends be like, all right, what do you need? Like they like walk around the school with me, like, all right, let's calm down, like let's get it together. And it's like helpful to like see someone like wonder or care about like what my needs are. That got you right, London?
Okay, yeah. So one of my things of advice would be just, even if they're not verbal or something like that, because sometimes people with anxiety just need to take a step back, but you don't necessarily want to go on, but don't really know how to communicate that. Just sit with them, ask them if they want a hug or something until they're ready to come to you about it. And then something else was don't offer your help. For one, if you know that you don't have the patience for it, and you're not going to be consistent with it, because if someone then expects to be able to rely on you, and now you're just becoming an unreliable person, now it just makes their anxiety worse, whatever it is that they were going through, because now they feel like they just lost someone that they could rely on, especially if you were their only support system.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It makes me feel it doesn't help anything, like you said. Like I'm expecting to be able to rely on you, and then just like that, it's gone. You didn't do nothing. We back to square one. Don't do that. Literally, might as well call it square zero at this point. We didn't go nowhere. Yeah. Do y'all have any like experiences that you want to share with anxiety, or one that you had that was really bad and how you've grown from it? Anything like that? I gotta lie. If y'all need a moment to think about it, I got you.
Yeah, I need a moment from you. You can go.
Okay. I already told you about when my first event with Her Smiles. I was in that front row about to be in tears. I promise you I was. I was scared. But another one I have, like a lot of the times in schools and things like that, I always want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna be so social and I'm gonna be talking to people like and just making all these new friends. And then I go places and then I get really, really scared. Dawn, be for real. And then I go places and I get really scared. So I think that I just need to stop like expecting myself and put myself in that mindset like, okay, I'm better now, and just go places instead of just in being real with myself is basically what I'm trying to say. Being real with myself and understanding that I'm not there yet, and I need to take little baby steps. I need to stop being like, yeah, I just need to. I'm one of them people like I feel like I'm a fix it if I just go and do it. That's not true. You have to take baby steps. You have to, like, all the things I still support system, taking it slow, doing research, applying techniques you have learned, all those types of things. Can't just go there and be like, yeah, I'm fixed now, because that's what I do, and it doesn't work. I'll tell you myself, it doesn't work. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, coach in the background, like, I'm so sorry, that was so amazing, but we got like 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
Really, guys, your minutes left.
Miss Joni is
It
not
was giving
here.
Miss Joni. Yeah, Miss Joni not here though. But before I see my Drew, I wanted to say, Antoine, hit me up after this. I got an opportunity for you. But what I want to say, I think my Drew would have to be like, give yourself grace. It's like sometimes we be like, all right, I'm being a little too crazy, I'm being a little too wild. But it's like sometimes you need to be a little wild. Like sometimes you need to let it out. So give yourself grace.
Yeah. My jewel, I guess, is to do your research and then apply that stuff. Don't just keep it in the back of your mind. Apply that to your real life. You know? Let me go ahead and get Kiara. Kiara, what's your jewel? Because Coach Joni in the back.
My jewel is to put yourself first, then you can put others.
Okay.
Once you first get yourself together, and then you can worry about other people.
We're going to get kicked off. Go ahead, London.
Okay. Mine's is to don't spread yourself thin to help other people before helping yourself.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all for listening. We're get shut down. Bye-bye, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for
Yo,
listening.
Coach Joni as well. See y'all. Love y'all. Bye.